Hi guys, I just wanted to, I thought it would be easier for me if I did like a video recording to kind of explain what Austin needs to do. Otherwise, I'm typing a bunch of stuff on an email and it doesn't really help all that much. So this is a list of Austin's overdue lessons. And so what he needs to do is he needs to start, I see he did a bunch of high school success stuff today, but he needs to start at the beginning of this list. I would, for now, skip the Scantron and start with this Biology A Science and Society discussion. So what I did was, if you notice here, you can click at the top of this and it can sort it by subject, which is kind of how it defaults to sorting. But I find it easier to sort it by scheduled date. So if you click up here, you can do that. And hang on. I don't know why that keeps doing it, but what you'll see then is that you can see that very first assignment from back on September 4th is the Biology, Science, and Discussion assignment. Now if I click on that, it opens up the Biology viewer here. And notice that this is way up here in Lesson 2. He's done more lessons, but he skipped this discussion. He didn't do it. So if he goes and tries to do his biodiversity portfolio, it's not going to let him do that because he skipped this discussion way back in Lesson 2. And he needs to go back and do that lesson and check it off before he's able to access this biodiversity portfolio. So right now, if he tries to do the biodiversity portfolio, it's probably telling him that he can't do it. So he needs to go back and check that. When you open up the lesson viewer, if you can't see that side, just click and drag this little purple divider and that will allow him and you guys to see that side, okay? Alright, so when I see here, he also probably has the same issue in English class. There's a discussion he needs to do there, but it looks like he also has a compare and contrast essay to do. So if I click on English and open up that lesson viewer, again, you're going to see stuff checked off after that because he's been skipping things or turning in blank or irrelevant portfolios. Remember, he was turning in some portfolios that were blank. And basically, by the way, a portfolio is just any kind of catch-all term. In English class, it's oftentimes a paper. In science class, it's oftentimes a lab or lab report, or sometimes it's a PowerPoint presentation. But it has that little P with the orange box next to it. That's what a portfolio is. So anytime he has a lesson like that that has a little P, here you go, the little P with the orange box on it, then that's what a portfolio is, and that's what we're talking about when we say portfolios. So the first thing he needs to do for English class, if you look at his lesson viewer here, got green checks all along here, but he's missing this compare and contrast essay, so he needs to do that. He did this quick check, now he's missing the discussion, so he needs to do that. So he has to proceed in order. Okay, so you can go to your list of overdues here and go in order, or you can open up that lesson viewer and click over to the left and find the ones that are missing green checks and go in order there because those need to be done before you can get to any of the new stuff. I hope that helps out and that helps explain a little bit more of what he needs to do to catch up.